Welcome to Cryptic Chronicles, where we journey through the fascinating world of myths and legends. Today, we're exploring mythical beings with a dual nature, creatures that are both protectors and predators. These beings often straddle the line between benevolence and destruction, embodying the dualities of human nature and the challenges of life. We'll delve into their origins, cultural significance, and the deeper symbolism behind their stories. By the end, you may discover that these creatures tell us just as much about ourselves as they do about the supernatural. Let's begin with a magnificent figure that embodies vigilance and ferocity, the Griffin. Number 5. The Griffin, guardians of gold and honor. The Griffin, part lion and part eagle, has symbolized power and guardianship for millennia. With its lion's body representing strength and its eagle's wings and head symbolizing vision and majesty, the Griffin is a powerful amalgamation of earth and sky. Origins in early myths. The Griffin first appears in ancient Middle Eastern and Mediterranean cultures, particularly in Mesopotamian and Persian art. Archaeologists have uncovered griffin statues in ancient burial sites, suggesting they were thought to protect the deceased from malevolent spirits or grave robbers. Greek mythology later adopted the griffin as the fierce guardian of treasure. According to Herodotus, the griffins protected vast gold deposits in the lands of the Scythians, a nomadic people of Central Asia. The myth likely stems from the discovery of dinosaur fossils like the Protoceratops, whose beaked skulls resembled those of eagles, fueling the legend of these hybrid creatures. Symbolism and cultural influence. In medieval Europe, griffins adorned coats of arms and heraldic symbols, representing vigilance, nobility, and divine power. However, their protective nature came with a warning. Those who attempted to steal their treasure would face a swift and brutal demise. Even today, the griffin is a symbol of duality, noble yet dangerous, guarding not only material wealth but also spiritual treasures. Number 4. The Komainu, guardians of the sacred standing guard at the entrances of Shinto shrines. The Komainu are Japan's mythical lion dogs, embodying protection and spiritual purity. Origins and evolution. The Komainu's origins trace back to Chinese guardian lions, known as shi, or fu dogs. These symbols of protection traveled through Korea and reached Japan around the 8th century, where they evolved into their unique form. A Komainu pair typically consists of one statue with an open mouth, symbolizing the beginning of existence, and one with a closed mouth, representing the end. Together, they signify the alpha and omega of life, encompassing the universe's entirety. Legends and dual nature. While Komainu protect sacred spaces, they can also bring misfortune to those who disrespect these holy grounds. Stories from rural Japan tell of travelers who ignored shrine customs, only to encounter illness, accidents, or unexplained phenomena shortly after. The Komainu's presence reminds visitors of the boundary between the mortal and the divine, a warning that reverence is required when treading on sacred ground. Number 3. The Garuda, fierce avenger and divine protector. The Garuda is a celestial being from Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain traditions. As the mount of the god Vishnu, Garuda embodies divine power and the victory of good over evil. The warrior of the skies. In Hindu mythology, Garuda's enmity with serpents stems from a family feud. Garuda's mother was enslaved by the serpent race, and in a daring rescue, Garuda defeated them and liberated his mother. This tale established Garuda as the eternal enemy of serpents, a symbol of justice and divine vengeance. Buddhist traditions reframe Garuda as a guardian figure, protecting sacred teachings and temples from harm. In Southeast Asia, the Garuda appears on national emblems, symbolizing strength, vigilance, and protection. Garuda's dual role. Though Garuda is revered, his ferocity knows no bounds against wrongdoers. In some regional folklore, he punishes humans who harm nature, emphasizing the balance between humanity and the natural world. Garuda's stories highlight a universal truth: with great power comes responsibility and the potential for destruction. Number 2. Cerberus, the sentinel of souls. Cerberus, the three-headed guardian of the underworld in Greek mythology, is both a terrifying predator and a necessary protector. Origins and depictions. Born of the monstrous Echidna and Typhon, Cerberus's lineage alone is enough to strike fear. Each of his 3 heads is said to represent a stage of life, past, present, and future, or the life cycle of birth, growth, and death. Cerberus's primary role was to prevent the dead from escaping the underworld and to stop the living from entering without permission. This made him a symbol of the boundary between life and death, a necessary guardian of the natural order. Heroes who faced Cerberus few dared to confront Cerberus, and even fewer succeeded. Heracles subdued him as part of his 12 labors, a feat achieved through brute strength and divine assistance. Orpheus, on the other hand, used music to lull the beast to sleep, demonstrating that even the fiercest predator can be tamed through cunning and art. Cerberus embodies the tension between chaos and control, a reminder that even the underworld requires guardianship. Number 1. The dragon, ultimate protector and predator. Dragons, with their fire-breathing might and serpent-like form, are perhaps the most iconic mythical creatures. Their role as protectors or predators depends entirely on the cultural lens through which they are viewed. Eastern dragons. Guardians of harmony. In Chinese mythology, dragons are benevolent beings associated with water, rain, and prosperity. They are protectors of rivers, lakes, and treasures, ensuring balance in nature. The Dragon King, a recurring figure in Chinese folklore, rules over the seas and controls the weather. Japanese dragons share similar traits, often depicted as wise and honorable protectors. These beings reward humility and punish hubris, reinforcing moral lessons about respecting the forces of nature. Western dragons. Hoarders and destroyers. Conversely, Western dragons are often portrayed as greedy, malevolent creatures hoarding gold and terrorizing villages. Stories like the Norse saga of Fafnir, a man-turned-dragon consumed by greed, and the fiery Smaug in The Hobbit highlight dragons as symbols of human vices, greed, pride, and unchecked power. The dragon's dual nature. Despite their differences, dragons universally represent power. Their role as protectors or predators depends on the values of the culture telling their story. They serve as reminders that power can create or destroy, protect or consume. From the griffin's vigilance to the dragon's ferocity, these mythical beings embody the delicate balance between creation and destruction, protection and predation. They remind us that power, whether divine or mortal, is a double-edged sword. These stories endure because they resonate with universal truths about our world and our place within it. What are your thoughts? Could these mythical creatures have roots in real-life encounters, or are they purely products of human imagination? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mythological mysteries from Cryptic Chronicles. Until next time, remember, sometimes the guardians of the sacred can also be its fiercest defenders.